Good morning and welcome to America's Home Cooking. Well, I bought blueberries, so you know I'm going to make blueberry muffins, blueberry scones, whatever I can find blueberry, I'm going to make it because I love blueberries. I don't hide the fact. We need 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Remember, you use dry ingredient measurers, because if you don't and you have to shake it in a liquid, everything you're going to make is going to be heavier than it should be. All right, we need 1/3 of a cup of sugar. Oh, let me turn you down so you can actually see what I'm doing. So I use the all-purpose flour. I found the original recipe for making all-purpose flour, which is really great. If you have cake flour and you have bread flour, you can always make your all-purpose flour. So you don't have to sit there and say, oh, I can't do anything because I don't have enough. You can use those 2 ingredients, and I will show you exactly how they make it, and you can make it just as easily yourself. Okay, now what's next on this? 2 teaspoons of baking powder. You're going to need a greased baking sheet, and you're going to have to turn your oven to 425. We got this. What's next? All right, 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. This isn't the salt I wanted. I wanted the other one. Now, last time we made this, I showed you how to add wheat germ to it, right? Well, this time we're going to add brewer's yeast powder, which is actually a byproduct of making beer. Believe it or not. And we're going to add 1 tablespoon. Now, I use this all the time, I should say, when I make cakes, because I don't want the wheat germ, which you give it more of a bread texture. I want it more as a cake, so I use a tablespoon of this instead, so it doesn't give me that bread taste in a cake, so it's lighter. Okay, let's see. As much as I make this, I know I should remember the recipe, but I never do. All right, you're going to need 5 tablespoons of chilled butter after we mix this up. Let me see, I want the smaller spoon because I'm going to have to use the other one to do my yeast. Now I have to feed my yeast this morning too. And since I'm on my last loaf of bread, which I defrosted last night, well, throughout the night, I'm going to be making bread too. And I'm cleaning and doing the yard. I'm going to be busy again today. You need 5 tablespoons of chilled butter. Now, where did I put that butter? Okay. Now, my butter is a bit on the hard side, so I'm going to grater it. So I'll get my grater and start in. I don't keep my butter out like a lot of people. Keep it in the freezer. Butter goes rancid. And one thing I cannot stand is to sit there and have a butter dish and it's all butchered with everybody taking butter from it. It is the most unappealing thing that I have ever seen on the table. People just taking and just taking off butter and it's all messed up. That is so, it's like somebody spits on your food to me. It's just something I just don't like. And I've seen so many people do it. Just put the butter, let it be real soft and just hack at it. And it's not appealing, it's really not. You want to make a table nice, you have to do certain things. As well as your table manners. I mean, you don't want to look down at somebody's head or look down their throat while they're chewing food and it's spilling out of their mouth. Ugh. Like they say, table manners break up more divorces than infidelity. Or they might sit there and say infidelity is it, but it's usually the table manners. I knew a woman whose husband had horrible table manners. She had impeccable table manners. And she said, looking at him, she said, I just got sloppy in my eating manners. When she came to my table, she remembered every last one of them. But she said to watch him eat made me so sad. I don't think that marriage survived. Because she had a rich heritage and his was, I don't know, but it was bad. Mix this butter up in here and coat it so it's not clumpy or anything. So in your flour, though they say work it in with a pastry blender or 2 knives, I just grater mine and you can see it is crumbly. Okay, we need 1/2 cup milk. I'm putting all these liquid ingredients into a 2-cup measure, mixing it, but you can get a bowl and do it. I'm just going to do it right here. Alright, you're going to have to put an egg in it too. Put an egg into your milk. I'll bring it over, you'll watch me. And we're going to put in 1/2 cup of shredded coconut. They say sweet, but I shredded my own coconut. Yeah, I got into it and I dehydrated it. So I'm going to use mine. The brown you see is actually the skin after you take the shell off. I could dehydrate coconut and it worked very well, so I plan to buy a couple, maybe 3 or so, because I use that in my trail mixes as well. Alright, we need 1/4 teaspoon of lime rind. Now, if you have fresh limes, just grater it. I don't, so I'm going to have to blend mine. I dehydrated, so I have to blend them up. have recipes that ask for grapefruit rind as well. So I dehydrated that as well. This is a Cuisinart that I'm using, that I'm very fond of. My husband bought me a lot of pans from Cuisinart too. All Clad and Cuisinart are the two that I use the most of in my pots and pans. Where did I put the rind? Here it is. Now they want 1/4 of a teaspoon. So that might do it. Oh, actually, then what the heck? Fork. Okay, now we need 1 cup of fresh berries. They say you can use frozen berries, but they have to be thawed and drained. Listen, I bought for 8 pounds of frozen berries because I am going to be showing you how to make blueberry syrup and strawberry syrup. I don't know if I'm going to get to it today. I have to wait till something comes in because I couldn't find the juice that I needed. Had to order it in Amazon, and I'm waiting for that order to come in. You need 1 cup of fresh blueberries, unless you're using frozen. I will eat these straight from the box. I love blueberries. That's like having dates. I can't stop eating dates. I have to walk away from them. But I'll continue eating the whole package. Some things I really just love. And dates with red grapes and cheddar cheese. Oh my God. Okay, now they tell you to mix the liquid and dry ingredients together and then put the blueberries in. When you do that, the blueberries sink. This is why I'm always telling you to put them into the dry or coat them with flour. Now I know berries, you're going to need a fork and ever so gently coat them and toss them. Go under them and throw them up. That is the best way where you don't damage them. Just to go underneath them. When you throw them in the air, they'll toss around. Now gently, you're going to have to put a well in here. Pour them into that well you just made. And once again, go under and come up. break up. You have to break up so I can get the rest of the flour mixed in with it. I want you to stir until everything is moist. You see, the berries are going to explode in the batter as well. I'm just trying to make sure everything is moist before I start putting it together. And as you can see, I haven't really ruptured the berries. You see how you do it? That's why I go under and up. Make sure you scrape the bottom and you don't go halfway down and stab the blueberries, because then you'll be breaking them up, and that's not what you want to do. See? I haven't broken the blueberries yet. As they say, there's a madness to it, to my ways. Because people say, why are you doing this way? Why don't you just stir it? Because I've learned what I didn't learn being taught. I had to learn the hard way. And if you're making muffins, it's the same way. Now the blueberries. All right, they're mixed. One just ruptured. Now, am I making this for breakfast? Oh, heck no. We're going to sit there and have this with steaks, believe it or not. Sometimes I like to be different. Instead of just serving the same biscuits, bread, cornbread, something like rolls, I'll go in a total different direction. Hence, this is what I'm doing. When you do something like this, they don't need dessert with their meal. They already have something nice. Now they want us to spoon these. You're supposed to get 8 of these. Now I might not get 8. Now the berries are going to break. They're going to break about now, because you have to go under and spoon them to get them. Okay. Come on, let go. Sounds like sanitation coming. Now you notice how I'm not really shaping these, because they're going to take their own shape. They always do. Just try to hold them somewhat together. Here's the berry that broke. Now what you're going to do is you're going to put some milk on them and sprinkle them with sugar. And then we're going to bake them. So let me get a little bit of milk. really brush them, just pat the milk onto them. Get some sugar. They do not tell you how much sugar to sprinkle on them, you know, so you're pretty much on your own at this point. We just say put sugar on them, okay? How long are these going to cook? 18 to 20 minutes. And I'll get a cookie sheet for the last ones. 20, that'll be on the hour. Okay. You see, only one berry broke. So you just have to be careful how you do it. Not so much that you're rough when you spoon it the way they say spoon it. It should tell you to, you know, show you how to go under and bring it up and toss over. That way you don't damage berries. I mean, when my raspberry gives me raspberries, maybe I should try making these with raspberries and see how that comes out. That would be interesting. I think I'd use the lemon peel, though, instead of the lime. You know, just see how it would come out. But that's further into summer, heading into autumn, and they start giving me berries. Oh, and my Jerusalem artichokes, I did not sit there and take them last year because we had just planted them. I left them. Oh my God, I've got over 100 of them. It's so crowded. I was shocked. I said, because I wanted to make sure that I had some, right? I didn't want to eat them all the first year. Oh my God, when I went out there and I see all those plants, I said, oh my God, that is going to be a ton that I'm going to have. And one of my girlfriends says, I have never had Jerusalem artichokes. She said, what I want to do, this will be for the second batch. What I want to do with is dehydrate them, eat some fresh, of course, and then I want to dehydrate the others and put them into a powder so I can sit there and have them throughout the winter. I can put them with my potatoes, I can put them into my gravies and stuff. And Jerusalem artichokes are great for people who are diabetic because it helps, because they're high in insulin. So they're going to help balance the sugar. The only problem is they have a short season. which is quite annoying, especially for people who have that problem. But if you can get them, by all means. They belong to the potato group. They're really mild in flavor. You don't even have to peel them. And if you see dirt and it's in the joint, you just break the joint open and just clean it. They're just really easy. But they're hard to store long distance. This is why, for long terms, this is why I want to sit there and go ahead and see if I can dehydrate them and then grind them into a powder. Then I will have them for the whole year. Then I can use them like that. And I haven't seen anybody do that, so I'm going to be doing that. Like I am going to try to can half and half. Now I know the real ratio of half and half, so I'll be able to do that and see if it takes, because I know I can milk and I know I can heavy cream, and because I can both of those, why can't I do the ratio and make my own half and half? I just have to put in smaller jars, because I have one son that will go through a whole pint in a quart like nothing, and that will save me money, though at first it won't. But the thing is if you buy heavy cream, milk, half and half, and stuff like this, it makes more sense for me to sit there and buy the milk and the heavy cream and just make my own half and half, and then I just bypass that area, because I buy 3 to 4 gallons a week. Not only do we drink it, but I do a lot of cooking with it as well, and baking, and so you can see that for me it would be more economical. So we'll be trying that. Anyway, I was just talking. Listen, we're gonna wait till these are done, and then we'll see how they come out. Okay? Okay, they're done. We're gonna take them out now. Okay, I'll turn you down because I have to leave them on here for a couple of minutes before I move them to a rack. And there they are. See if I can pick them up for you. See? Blueberry scones. Take care and enjoy your day. Bye-bye.